Hey everyone, so this is Abhishek, and in this video I'm going to talk about how I used to be a front-end developer. Like I still am a front-end developer, but now these days I mostly do back-end as well as I mostly work with AI, Python stuff. So how did I transition from front-end to back-end plus AI? So before going how I transition, I would like to talk about how my career started, how I got into front-end engineering. So back in my college days, I used to intern a lot. I intern for like three or four startups. Mostly in backend, I used to build chatbots for them. Wrote PHP plugins. So I had worked extensively on backend. Then I got internship at this company called High Radius, and it was like completely front end internship. I got to learn React. I got to learn JavaScript. Then I started not developing feelings for front end because you can see your changes live. Whatever you make your changes and people can see it, you can see it, so it makes you happy somewhat. It used to make me happy, so that's why I started front end. Then got into Swiggy. So Swiggy is a very large consumer tech company. So all of my changes were visible to people, millions of people. So that kind of pushed me to do more front end engineering, but still deep down I wanted to do back end as well, because back end is where all the heavy lifting is done. I'm not saying front end is bad, but still front end is good. No, it is but still the scale is on the back end side. You get to learn a lot of things from back end as well. I was doing front end for 3 or 4 years, including my internship. So I thought, why not convert, move to back end or something. AI had also come. But during my Swiggy days, I had started I had started asking my manager or backend team to assign me some tasks which they didn't like. Some of my friends there assigned me some Golang based tasks, so I started learning Golang. I worked on one major feature there, implementing search pricing in Swiggy Genie. So I worked on that little bit on the backend side. I had pretty much good idea about Golang back there. Then I wanted to learn how I wanted to learn more about backend, because I knew there's queues, there are a lot of things, logs, and various things. And I also wanted to deploy a backend to a real infra where people are using it. So I could have done easily at Swiggy, but still I thought, why not build an open source project in backend and see how things work out. So I started GStream. It was a video streaming service completely written in backend. So yeah, I built it for 3 months. Me, Uzair, and few other folks, 10 folks, from the backend side, and Ronit, another guy who worked on the front end. So I was thinking, yeah, we built the backend. It was very new to me because I learned a lot of things from there. So got to learn a lot of things there, and people saw that we got around 185 stars. As far as I remember, right now it has 185 or 186 GitHub stars. So it really went well. Taught me a lot of things. Then I got into another banking finance startup. I was doing front end there, but I started picking back end tasks as well. So I got this big project. So I had earlier worked on authentication. So they also gave me to rebuild the authentication flow for their whole banking as well as cash management dashboard. So there I built the whole authentication flow, and then here they were building a new tech which is not announced right now. It's still in stealth mode. So I joined this AI startup because I had this offer from Antler, but I will not talk about much about it because yeah, let's forget that. So I had this offer from this Observe AI. So they were building a new product from ground up. So I joined the team, and so I was working with another person who is very senior ML engineer. So I was directly working with him. So I started building. I was working mostly on front end, but I started asking like back end tasks as well. So he started assigning me uh, back end things like mostly based on Python. So I started working on like queue consumers, event consumers. I wrote the whole service from scratch, deployed it. I started working on Python backend for handling a lot of ML stuff, working with LangChain, different LLMs. A lot of things started involving. So like past 3 months I've been doing this. So I would say if so to tell you how you can transition your career from one domain to another, you have to do it extensively. Suppose you are doing a full-time job, then build something parallelly in that domain. Suppose you want to transition from engineering to fashion. Like I'm just not talking about engineering to front end or front end to DevOps, anything. I'm just talking about if you want to change your domain uh, and you already have a full-time job, then do the job in your daytime, and in your free time or weekends or anytime, start doing what you want to do. And do it for 1 or 2 years. It is not very easy. Like it will take some time. Do it for 1 or 2 years. Suppose you have a full-time job and you want to get into fashion industry, like clothing or something or anything, then do it on your weekends. Meet with people, join groups. There are a lot of groups. Like if you are in metro city like Mumbai, Bangalore, then meet different people, host events, and join other events and do it for like 1 or 2 years, and I think you are set. You can transition your career. So I would say ki, yeah, just work and things will get done. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, thank you. Bye bye.